Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with an icon in Sri Lankan badminton and its most decorated player, Chandrika De Silva. And we're in the Kingdom of Bhutan, where the BWF Shuttle Time program is introducing the sport to a new generation. Recently on Badminton Unlimited, we brought you the story of Sri Lanka's Olympic hero and the country's #1 men's singles shuttler, Niluka Karunaratne. The 29-year-old's achievements are helping push badminton into the nation's sporting conscious. This week, we bring you Sri Lanka's most decorated player. Chandrika De Silva holds an unprecedented 34 national titles in the women's singles, doubles and mixed events. Since she started, Chandrika's lifelong dedication to the game has been built on success.
I
love playing badminton since it's a good workout and everyone could play recreationally. I actually started to play the game in my hometown of Anuradhapura when I was about 11 years old. Winning in the school's national level singles championships, be it in the under 13s, under 15s, under 17s and under 19s categories, inspired me and boosted my love as well as passion towards the sport.
We caught up with the 34-year-old at her home in Colombo, the country's commercial and sporting heart. But it was in the De Silva household, located at the north-central province of Sri Lanka, that she began honing her skills with the racket.
One of my brothers and my 2 sisters used to play badminton as a sport in school. I have 7 brothers and 2 sisters in my family. My sisters were the ones who started out to be really good at playing the game, but they decided not to continue playing. Actually, I got selected into the national team for the first time after beating them during the provincial level competitions.
That prompted Chandrika to move to Colombo in 1994 in a bid to focus on her blossoming career. Although she won her first national title a year later in the women's doubles, it wasn't long before she also tasted championship success in the singles and mixed events. Along the way, she made her mark by defeating the country's then #1 singles player, Kaushalya Dissanayake, in the process. Chandrika would go on to clinch 6 consecutive national titles. Although dominant on the national scene, it was in 2005 that she would be noticed as a regional talent. In the Nepal Asian Satellite Badminton Championship, she won 3 gold medals in the 3 categories she entered. It was the first time a Sri Lankan player had done so. Her unwavering self-belief has been crucial to her success.
It doesn't matter to me whether it's a singles, doubles or mixed doubles match. With the ability that I've got, I'm always confident that I can make something out of any match I'm in. I mentally prepare for the upcoming games as soon as I finish playing a current one. I trained myself to be always ready and to be constantly motivated.
Chandrika's technical and tactical ability also meant that she was able to adapt with ease to different partners, even when she combined with the Olympic hero Niluka. The pair won back-to-back national titles in 2008 and 2009.
To be honest, during our training sessions, Niluka doesn't talk to me much. But when we play a game together, we would use our own experience and communicate to each other during the match. We've actually won a lot of games. Niluka has fewer opportunities to practice with us these days because he's constantly traveling to tournaments outside of the country. But when we do meet outside the courts, we get along well and we would discuss things like tactics for future matches.
Given the limited resources that she had to work with, Chandrika's achievements have been impressive. She is adamant, though, that more can be done to help the next generation of Sri Lankan shuttlers. The veteran feels that the national badminton community needs to work together with a vision to produce quality players who can compete on both the domestic and international arenas.
I think if experienced players are to join hands with the Badminton Federation and draft out a well-structured plan to empower the sport in Sri Lanka, I don't think it will be a big challenge to compete with good badminton countries like India. We haven't had much funding and we still don't have a proper sponsor for badminton. I'm sure that good players will emerge and do well if we can find good supportive sponsors who see the big picture to help execute programs and initiatives that will develop badminton in Sri Lanka.
The evergreen shuttler herself has expressed her desire to retire from playing later in the year, but she won't be giving up on badminton. She has eyes on a coaching role that she hopes will bring forward a new generation of Sri Lankan players.
I will be happy if I can coach someone to become a player like me. And I don't think it's impossible. If I do find a player with great potential, who has the willpower and who will sacrifice to the extent that I did, I will be fully focused to help groom another Chandrika.
Sri Lankan badminton is on the verge of losing a great player, but the career of Chandrika De Silva will undoubtedly live on to inspire generations of its budding talents. It's time for some trivia. Did you know China made a historic clean sweep of the 5 badminton events at the 2012 London Olympics, winning gold medals in all categories? In doing so, they became the first country to complete such a feat at an Olympic Games.
The US. Mine is the Philippines. Definitely sushi. Hamburger. AC/DC. I don't know any singer or band. The Blues Brothers. City of God. Sleeping. Watching TV. I think the drop shot. Mine is the steep smash. The venue where the Indonesia Open takes place. Yeah, definitely, Jakarta. It's Lee Cheng-mu from Chinese Taipei. Yeah, since he hit me in the head really hard one time, it is definitely Lee Cheng-mu. Dirk Nowitzki. I would have said the same. So it's Michael Jordan, maybe. I would like to be able to fly, because the planes are too small for me. I would like to travel in time. Badminton, just to make it more popular in Germany. That's a very good idea. I would talk about money and badminton, maybe.
When we get back, we're in the Kingdom of Bhutan to find out how Shuttle Time is helping to bring badminton to the children of this tiny nation. Last week, Badminton Unlimited was in Bhutan to look at how this landlocked kingdom was striving to create a national badminton team that might one day rival the elites of the game. But even before such talent can be unearthed, the spark that will hopefully one day lead them to international success has to be generated. This week, we're back in its capital, Thimphu, to explore the work that's being done to cultivate the passion for badminton amongst the young.
Right from the young age, if we give a good direction to these young children, they will be able to grab later when they grow up. So because of that, now all the sports federation, they are focusing more on the grassroots level.
Badminton, although popular in Bhutan, is largely a recreational sport. But the Bhutan Badminton Federation is working to change the mindset of the locals. This desire for change has seen the launching of Shuttle Time, a BWF schools badminton program with the aim of introducing the racket sport to the children in a fun and safe way through teachers and coaches. This tiny kingdom was one of the first countries to be introduced to the school-based initiative back in 2012.
In Bhutan, we have conducted 2 shuttle time. So this time also we are very successful in conducting this shuttle time program, and we are very happy that we could train 10 coaches, 15 teachers, so that those teachers who have gained all these skills and knowledge will be imparted, will be disseminated to their respective children in the rural areas. All these tutors and the coaches are from the rural areas.
Recently, a week-long shuttle time program was organized for teachers and tutors who are either physical education teachers or sports coaches, and a 4-day session was also set up for the children. Experts from the Badminton Asia Confederation were brought in to conduct the workshops.
With the teachers and tutors, we train them how to plan the program first, according to the situation. Some school they don't have badminton hall, some school they don't have equipments, so they must know with equipments and without equipments how you can train badminton. So this is where we are here to train the teachers and the tutors how to go and train the children in a fun way.
When Badminton Unlimited dropped by, we met up with some of the teachers and tutors who were on hand to share their newly acquired knowledge with the youngsters.
Shuttle time session is a very good introductory for the small kids to start with the badminton. So in school it would be very useful, especially with the younger children who are yet to start with the badminton. So it's better to start with the soft toys than the hard ones.
These educators who went through the shuttle time sessions could see the benefits for themselves, from struggling with the know-how of badminton to the ability to engage their students.
I would be having huge number of students coming to me. They would be asking, Miss, I want to play badminton. So that time I was just wondering, now 40, 50 students, how am I going to manage them? What way I'm going to teach them badminton? So after attending this program, I would say that I have been able to overcome the challenges, because now I knew how to manage the group, how to interact with the students, and how to keep them busy, as you have seen us doing this shuttle time program. So it's very easy even if we are given large number of groups.
The teachers and tutors were encouraged to find ways to engage the children. They found out that by simply teaching them the basics, their students took to the sport naturally.
Now, if we ask, what is this? They can say forehand, they can say backhand, they can at least get some idea, knowledge regarding this program. Before attending this program, they weren't aware of what badminton was.
But shuttle time wasn't just about teaching the game itself. In a nation that values spiritual development, the holistic element of the sport was also appealing.
Sports plays a lot of roles in each and every individual's life, not only in students' life. It does plays in students' life. Through sports, we can educate them, we can teach them moral values, we can give them discipline. So we teach them the values, then in a way we can bridge a gap between us and the students.
The Bhutan Badminton Federation can see their hard work paying off. While the teachers and tutors have benefited from the program, the main target of the initiative, the children, couldn't get enough of the sessions.
Right after we finish this program, they aren't willing to go home. They are busy playing with the balloons, shuttle, rackets. Even if we say stop, now you can move home.
The efforts by the Federation and the positive response from the program have also received a nod of approval from those brought in to develop the game.
The success of Bhutan is that the children are enjoying it. We are looking forward, and some parents come and personally saw me and they're asking, are you going to do any more program like this, and is it will be a continuous program or not? So this where I see the parents are getting involved in this program. So this is the biggest achievement for us.
Since the introduction of shuttle time in Bhutan 2 years ago, more than 25 schools have participated, with over 400 students learning to play badminton. And this year, the Bhutan Badminton Federation is looking to expand the program to reach out to another 50 educational institutes.
We are going to insist all these teachers and the tutors to take this knowledge and the skills and develop this program in not only in their own schools but to the nearby schools. So in that way, we would be able to spread this program all over the country, maybe within this next 5 years.
The Bhutan Badminton Federation may have lofty ambitions, but they understand that this will take time. And by launching the Shuttle Time initiative, it understands those ambitions can only be realized if they start at the grassroots. And this can only be good for the future of the sport in the country.
The standout player on the team. She really is a huge talent.
Super shot. I think that's one of her biggest qualities, actually. She's a real fighter on court.
첫 대회는 코리아 오픈입니다. 첫 1승도 코리아 오픈입니다. 첫 여행지는 제주도입니다. 내 자신을 위해 산 선물은 지갑입니다. 첫 라켓 브랜드는 요넥스입니다.
The drift did it, and the defending champion once again came through in this tournament, the Chinese Taipei Open 2014.
When we get back, we find out about how the introduction of Hawkeye has helped enhance the game. Let's take a look at the rankings. This week we focus on the men's singles. There are no movements in the top 5. Lee Chong-wei remains firmly in the driving seat, whilst Chun Long continues to shine at number 2. Wang Zhengming of China has moved up a place to 6th at the expense of Korea's Son Won-ho. Olympic champion Lin Dan regains a place in the top 10 as he climbs up 4 places to 9th. Rounding up the top 10 is Indonesia's Simon Santoso as he moves up 1 spot. Don't forget the rankings are updated every Thursday, so log on to www.bwfbadminton.org for the latest information. Badminton has been making some impressive strides of late. More major tournaments, viewership is up, new sponsorship deals signed, and bigger prize money. These are booming times for the game. The Badminton World Federation is keen to make the most of these heady days by pushing forward with innovations that will transform the sport for good.
We would like to, as I mentioned, make our game and sport more and more popular and attractive. And we also do believe that the modern technologies are part of the promotion and getting our sport more interesting.
Hawkeye is one such technological innovation. This computer-based system visually tracks the trajectory of an object and shows where it is statistically most likely to land. It has been used successfully in a number of sports, including football, tennis and cricket. Now, it's badminton's turn. Hawkeye is actually an extension of a review system brought in by the BWF at the end of last year. At the season-ending tournament, the World Superseries finals, players were allowed to challenge a call for the first time. But then it was only possible for an official to check a replay of the point before informing the umpire.
Well, actually we are still having an instant review system. Hawkeye is now the supplier of our instant review system and is doing a great job, but it's simply just another, Hawkeye has another technology than the previous systems that we are now developing on. So actually it's the same instant review system we've had over actually the last 9 months, but it's just Hawkeye now coming in and adding new features and new technology to the venture and the innovation we're trying to make here.
The Hawkeye system was introduced at this year's India Open back in April and is being used in all World Superseries tournaments and BWF major events, including the upcoming Leaning BWF World Championships. Currently only available on Court 1, widely known as the TV court, there are plans to eventually roll it out across all courts. Those who have been able to use this system have been positive about it.
I think it is great. There are times when the shuttle just touches the line. So with this system, it's clearer and more accurate.
Yes, it's amazing, but I do hope it's not just implemented on one court. At the moment, we only have the system on the TV court. I hope it's implemented on all the courts. There are times when decisions made are wrong and there are times when it is right, so it becomes controversial.
I think all people want to see the sport without mistakes or big errors. So and it's a fast sport, and you feel sorry sometimes for the line judges. It can be very close and they have to make decisions, but sometimes it's the line judges who decide, you know, who wins or loses a game, and that's not correct. You want the person who's played the best shots and won by the rules. So if we get anything that can make this easier and can make sure the right calls are made and the right judgments, then that's the way I think BWF have to go.
The administrators of the game have welcomed the positive reaction from players and fans, but they are keen to continue to perfect the technology.
There's still small tweaks and adjustments we're making to the system, but so far the players have been very, very helpful in terms of giving us feedback on what could be improved.
As the wider world moves along, the game has had to change to meet modern demands. Computer-assisted decisions are now part of our sporting experience, and with Hawkeye, the BWF has shown it's not afraid to introduce innovation when necessary and that it is appreciated by all.
I think it's a great development for the sport. I think to keep it moving forward and to keep up with sports such as tennis, you know, it's important that there's these technological advancements.
I don't think that any new innovation is necessary. We shouldn't just put something in just to be innovative. We need to find something that makes sense and something that adds to the experience of the viewers and the spectators in the venue. But I think we're looking into a range of different things, and I think that's important for the development of the game generally.
From a basic instant review system to Hawkeye in a short time, things are definitely moving quickly in the sport. Badminton is definitely on the up, and technology is doing its part to continue to grow the game. Before we head off, let's find out what's happening in the world of international badminton in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we talk to another shuttler from Thailand's outstanding generation of women's singles players, Nichaan Jindapon. See you next week.